Good afternoon, this is Commissioner Gray. Can you hear me? Good afternoon, this is Commissioner Gray. Can you hear me? Testing, can you hear me? Good afternoon, this is Commissioner Gray. Can anyone hear me?
Commissioners, but I didn't realize we were cleaning out the whole office. Well, I guess we're getting a total makeover here, get rid of people and rugs. So it'll
Mr.
be beautiful
Chairman,
next time we get here. It'll be beautiful.
Mr. Chairman, this is Commissioner Gray.
Harold, are
Can
you
you hear me?
here?
Mr. Chairman, this is Commissioner Gray. Can you hear me?
We can. You're a little soft. You want to be like me and speak into the microphone.
Thank you.
Okay, so we have a quorum. So it's sort of well, I guess let's do the agenda. I guess that's a good idea. So we have the reading of the meeting minutes. Is there any changes or corrections to the minutes?
Move we adopt the minutes as presented.
I second.
Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 So that was Commissioner Gray and Commissioner Conaway, and I vote aye as well. The motion carries. Is there anyone here who wishes to make public comment? Chair recognizes the Honorable former Executive Director of the Delaware Public Service Commission, Raj Brua.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Welcome, sir.
Thank you very much, Madam Commissioner. Just wanted to take the opportunity to thank you for your service and had a long relationship working for both of you over times, and also remember good times teaching you how to watch soccer or football as it's called. And you picked it up very well. Thank you very much. So, wish you all the best, and I'll keep it short. And thank you very much for this opportunity.
What was the kind of beer I was supposed to have in my left hand?
Do you want to know the location also?
What was Uganda, right?
No, Ghana.
Oh, Ghana, that's right, Ghana.
Star beer.
Yes, Star Beer.
Not available here.
No.
Thank you.
And so I want to take a little bit of time for public comment. First of all, Commissioner Conaway has been around here for 25 years. Is there anybody on staff that's preceded Commissioner Conaway? I don't think so. Now, behind every great female commissioner, there's a wonderful, shy man. So I want to acknowledge Joe Conaway's present here. Joe was the former mayor of Bridgeville. He's got a lot of former titles, but he's one heck of a guy because he does put up with Commissioner Conaway. And welcome, Joe. And it's nice to see Heidi back in the fold, and that's a good sign. So, yep. When I became the chair a number of years ago, I didn't have anything miraculous that I wanted to do or any great plans or great goals. The only thing I really wanted to do as chairperson was to make anybody who came into this room feel welcome, respected, and we wanted to listen to what everyone had to say and be as fair and balanced as possible. We haven't been perfect with respect to that, but we've tried to follow those tenets. So I hope that people at the end of the day just say that they've enjoyed their working with the Delaware Public Service Commission. I would consider that to be a great triumph for the commission. Speaking of other important people, I see I didn't recognize her with her new hairdo, but we have Lori Lee out there from PJM, and so she's going to say a few words. We were commissioners together for a while. Go ahead, Lori.
Well, I didn't prepare anything, but I definitely wanted to be here for this occasion. I want to congratulate both of you for being such outstanding public servants, for caring so much, for doing such an amazing job all these years. I mean, wow. Just really wow. You all have done tremendous work in Delaware, and you've also done tremendous work through NARUC. And I have enjoyed working with the commission, and especially with you, Chairman Winslow, on PJM matters. I can't say enough how grateful I am, how thankful I am to have been able to serve with you both as commissioners, and then for the opportunity to continue working with you, and you taking the leadership role, serving on PJM. It has always been a pleasure to work with both of you, and I just want to say a hearty congratulations and a heartfelt thank you.
We may have Commissioner Drexler on the line as well.
Yes.
I know she's not here and you're thinking about the people that are here, but she may be on now. Commissioner
Yes.
Drexler, are you on?
Yes, can you hear me, Mr. Chair?
I can.
Okay,
Go ahead,
thank you.
Lori.
Just a moment to my fellow commissioners. I wish you all the best in the future. Dallas, you were so gracious in guiding me through the onboarding process 11 years ago. And there was not a single MACRC or NARUC meeting that I attended where I wasn't greeted by nearly everyone with these words: "Is Dallas here?" You are truly a public service celebrity. To Matt, it has been a pleasure navigating PSC and especially OPSI matters with you. And I appreciate all of your sound advice over these years. And finally, to our incomparable staff, I salute you all. Your dedication, expertise, and hard work, I will always admire, and I will remain in awe of you. And finally, to Trisha Gannon, my amazing travel buddy, OPSI partner in crime, an incredible font of knowledge for all things PJM. I can never thank you enough for your counsel. You helped me immeasurably over the last nearly 4 years on OPSI matters, and you are truly an asset to the PSC. I thank you all.
Commissioner Drexler, I'm honored by your comments.
And I didn't mean to forget you, Commissioner Drexler, as well. Thank you so much. It's just been such a pleasure to work with you. And I so very much appreciate all of your hard work with OPSI, working with us at PJM. And again, on a personal note, just like with Chairman Winslow and Commissioner Conaway, really just have always enjoyed working with you and appreciate so much your dedication and commitment. You are a wonderful public servant. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And I will always, always remember our great times at meetings. And we just talked about so many things, PJM related and just in life. And I won't forget any of that. Thank you so much for coming to this meeting, Lori.
Thank you, Commissioner Drexler. And thank you very much for your kind words. And I have to say that when I think about all the years and all the efforts with respect to MACRC and PJM, you are a standout for the hard work and service that you did on behalf of this commission. And it's a great disappointment to me that you were scheduled to be the next president of MACRC. That will not happen. I'm sure that someone will pick up the job with OPSI. I think we've got some really good people coming on board. I think everyone's going to be very happy with the new commissioners. I think Commissioner Tweedy except for one person, did a great job. And Commissioner Drexler, we'll be seeing you soon. Have a safe trip.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Chair Winslow, could I just offer a couple comments?
Absolutely.
I also just wanted to express my gratitude for all the service of yourself as chair and the commissioners over the years. Having now, feels crazy, but having spent 20 years as a lawyer in the state, half of that in the private sector, and now almost half of that working in the public service, the work is almost always as challenging, and certainly in this area, it's at least as complex as what people often work in the private sector. The hours are often just about as long or longer. The pay is almost always decidedly less. And in exchange, you have the opportunity to work on something meaningful and important for the state and the people of Delaware. And so I just wanted to express my gratitude for the time and effort and expertise that you have all put into these issues over many years. So thank you.
Thank you. And of course, this commission, as I'm sure the oncoming commission, sends its best wishes to you as the public advocate, and wish you well as we go forward to fight those guys over on the other side of the room. Should be an interesting period of time coming up. It'll be sort of, I'm not sure how I'm going to feel to be watching it from a distance rather than being in the fray. Won't be as much fun, but I wish you all well in that battle, and I'm sure that whatever comes out of it will be in the best interests of the consumers of the state of Delaware. So let's get this meeting over with so we can have cookies and cake.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
Commissioner Gray, can you hear me?
Oh, yes, sir. Yeah, Commissioner Gray.
I have a few comments if you don't mind. Thank you. Just want to say I've really enjoyed the work and collaboration with all of the fellow commissioners who are retiring from the commission. And I look forward to working with the new ones, as I was a little concerned I might be the only guy in the room who knew how to turn the lights on. But I'm hopeful the governor has selected folks who are dedicated as much as each and every one of you are and have been to public service. I'm at home today recovering from a full knee replacement. So, that's painful. And I would say it's painful to see my colleagues at the table uh, finishing up their terms of service. Um, I am going to insist that I convene a quorum of former commissioners, which will not violate the statute, so that we can all get together once I am healed and have some mobility. So I'm going to say farewell to all of you. I'm going to say goodbye to all of you and hope that you all fare well. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Commissioner Gray. We have anything further in public comment? I don't see anybody lining up, so consent agenda. Commissioner Conaway.
That we adopt the consent agenda as presented.
Commissioner Gray,
I second.
is there any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
That's Commissioner Drexler is an aye.
Aye.
Commissioner Gray is an aye.
Aye.
And aye. That's 4 ayes. The motion carries. And next, we have the regular agenda. We have one item on the regular agenda. That's in the matter of the petition of the staff of the Delaware Public Service Commission regarding Delmarva Power and Light Company's electric interconnection process. I understand that we're going to have the aforementioned star of staff, Tricia Gannon, who knows all about this area, is going to give us an update on what staff like to see happen. And of course, naturally, we're going to give the Delmarva Power and Light the opportunity to have a few comments for itself. And then we'll have a little discussion if that's what people want to do. So Ms. Gannon, please.
I've been told to keep it brief. I know that I'm standing between you and cake. And I also understand that the TVs are not working, so no one is going to be able to see the slide presentation. So, I will say that we have worked that for docket 241012. We've been working on this for a while in the hopes that we could speed up the progress of community solar in Delaware. As of last year, we had 9 projects turned on. So we're falling behind the expectations of the governor, of other state agencies, and of neighboring states. We're going to continue to work on this. We have another docket opened to work on the technical interconnection standards. We're going to keep 241012 open to continue to look into some new issues and also to deal with some reporting. We have recommendations for moving forward. We want timelines that are enforceable so that these delays can't continue to happen. We're also going to be looking into penalties, and we're going to be looking into more transparency for the developers. I'm going to keep it brief and stop there. So do you have any questions, or would you rather a cake?
The wise person who told you to keep it brief. That's okay. You don't have to reveal that. I think the answer is probably well. Would anybody like to, Tweety, anybody like to ask a question or no? Otherwise, I'll welcome Delmarva Power and Light to make a few comments.
Good afternoon, Chair Winslow and commissioners, and congratulations on your next adventure. Zishang Shen on behalf of Delmarva Power and Light Company. And we appreciate Ms. Cannon's presentation and the report that was submitted with the agenda we've reviewed it on the Delmarva side, and we'll continue to work with staff and all of our stakeholders across the state. I did want to provide some comments to orient us where we are currently with the regulatory dockets and legislatively in Delaware. As Ms. Gannon mentioned, there are two open dockets before the commission currently. Both are before hearing examiner Glenn Kenton. There's 24-1012, which is docket addressing interconnection, I guess, more generally. And then last year, if you recall, the commission opened docket 25-1048, specifically addressing updated standards governing interconnection in Delaware. I think as all parties recognize, the standards really needed to be updated. I think they hadn't been changed since they were first implemented in 2011. And so the Delmarva Power team spent a great deal of effort and time with our partners at the Coalition for Community Solar Access, or CCSA, as well as staff to basically overhaul the standards. It was a lot of energy, a lot of effort spent that I think was very productive as well. In December, we submitted a proposed red line of the standards, and really updating the standards to reflect more modern best practices, reflect lessons learned over the years, as well as to incorporate operational and system reforms that were already underway at Delmarva. And so kind of, I guess, timeline-wise, after that red line was submitted, then on the legislative front, legislation was introduced also on this topic and I believe it was passed a few weeks ago, House Bill, I think it's 269, basically requiring the implementation of IREC standards. I think that's Interstate Renewable Energy Council, their modeled interconnection standards. And so that, kind of adds a layer of complication, I think, for all of our efforts, before the commission, in the commission dockets, where now, there's work to be done that, adds compliance efforts, adds coordination and costs to, make sure that, we understand the standards and are able to implement them and comply with them. And so I just kind of wanted to provide that context for where we are on the regulatory and legislative front. And if you don't mind, I'm joined by my colleague, Larry Alston, who manages community solar interconnection programs for Delmarva Power in Delaware, as well as our sister utilities in Maryland, DC, and New Jersey. And he'll provide some remarks as well about sort of more details about the programs in Delaware and Delmarva Power, and some more context. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Alston, come forward. How are you? Good, good.
Before I start, I find it a privilege to share these remarks. I think some of the information that I will share will provide some context from a legacy perspective as you all begin this work and as you go off into retirement. Good afternoon, Chair Wislow, Commissioners, and thank you for the opportunity to participate in today's proceeding. We appreciate the collaborative engagement of Commission staff, state agencies, developers, and industry stakeholders who have contributed significant time and effort to address Delaware's interconnection challenges. We agree with the central finding that interconnection performance is critical to unlocking the full potential of community solar and distributed energy resources, and we continue the importance of getting this framework right to address energy security challenges in the state. At the same time, we want to emphasize that meaningful progress is underway, with 2026 projected to build on recent momentum for community solar deployment, with approximately 57.5 megawatts expected online, more than double what the 2025 levels were. We approach this process with a commitment to transparency, accountability, and continuous improvement, and the progress achieved to date reflects that focus. In 2025, we successfully delivered approximately 24 megawatts of interconnected community solar, demonstrating that targeted operational improvements, enhanced coordination, refined processes, and increased stakeholder engagement are already yielding tangible benefits. To date, 3,575 customers are enrolled in community solar, of which 30% of that, the low to moderate income population, is beginning to benefit at an accelerated pace. The proposed draft DER regulations we have worked on with stakeholders build directly on these learnings, reinforcing where improvements have been effective while addressing remaining gaps through clearer timelines, expanded transparency, and improved cost visibility, of which all reflect concerns raised by staff. These actions are not theoretical. They are grounded in operational experience and informed by what has worked to move projects forward along with industry best practices. It is important to note that part of the challenge in Delaware has been the absence of a structured pilot program, unlike New Jersey and Maryland, where pilot frameworks helped establish clear processes, expectations, and stakeholder alignment early on. Those programs created a more controlled environment to refine interconnection timelines, cost structures, and coordination models before scaling. In contrast, Delaware has had to evolve the processes in real time, contributing to variability in execution and outcomes. The collaborative efforts between Delmarva, CCSA, and staff proposed improvements and regulation updates aim to incorporate these proven pilot learnings, positioning Delaware to achieve more consistent and accelerated results moving forward. Our focus is on implementing practical, durable solutions that balance speed, cost, and system integrity while supporting the state's energy and customer affordability goals. We recognize that some policy decisions remain before the Commission, and we stand ready to support those deliberations with data, operational insight, and a continued willingness to collaborate. We remain committed to working in partnership with the Commission and stakeholders to deliver improved outcomes by aligning in clear rules, strengthening accountability, and maintaining open dialogue. We can position Delaware to accelerate DER adoption, improve the customer experience, and deliver on the promise of a more resilient and sustainable energy future. Typically, I don't write my remarks, but I thought today was a significant event as you all retire, go into retirement. So I wanted to make sure that you really understood that your legacy is in good hands. We've done a lot of work in partnership with the Commission staff, as well as various other departments, the Renewable Energy Task Force and others, to make sure that we get this right. And those are the end of my remarks. Thank you.
Mr. Austin. I hesitate to make any comments, but you said one thing in there about Maryland and Maryland having a pilot program. And then, of course, I understand that you have some sway, so to speak, in the Maryland community solar, correct?
Yes.
So I'm not sure why that learning from the Maryland pilot program didn't or speedily get processed through to Delaware. Maybe it just was the process or whatnot. But my perception as I leave, to be perfectly frank with you, you've got a great utility. I mean, a really, really good utility. We're lucky in Delaware. But this is one area where I'm going to leave with the perception that we're sort of behind the ball a little bit. I'm grateful to see that you're here today and that the company is here today.
Mr. Chair, can you come to the mic? I can't hear you.
I apologize. Thank you, Mr. Commissioner Gray. What I'm basically saying was, my perception is that we're behind the ball, the 8 ball, so to speak. And so I'm glad that you're here to dedicate the company to making the community solar a success in Delaware. And I'm sure that if you need any help, we can lend you Ms. Gannon for a few weeks. So thank you very much. Mr. Tweedy, do you have any comments?
Thank you, Chair Winslow. My concern remains the concern that I've expressed on many occasions, which is that despite improvements over the last year or so, our community solar program remains consistently behind our neighboring states. We didn't have an energized community solar facility until last fall. There was a good push by Delmarva to get additional facilities online at the end of last year, which certainly appreciate in terms of the number of subscribers that will now be getting potential discounts on their electric bills, which is great. But I did notice that in the May update in the 24-1012 docket, the number of anticipated facilities coming online by the end of the year has dropped again. And so that remains a significant concern that the progress that we were seeing is now tapering off, and projections of what will come online are smaller than they were at the end of 2025. So that remains a significant concern to us. Appreciate all the effort you've put in. I know you have put in a ton of effort, and I certainly hear from other stakeholders who are complimentary on how well you engage and work with other stakeholders. But we do need to get these projects online, both to meet the state's clean energy goals, but equally or more importantly, to give Delawareans the opportunity to subscribe to these facilities and get discounts on their electricity bills in this crazy energy cost moment. So thank you. Thank you.
Ms. Gannon, do you have anything further to say?
No, I'll let you get to the cake.
Commissioner Gray, do you have any questions?
No, thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you, sir. Appreciate your being here. Is there anything further?
I would like to make one comment, considering that this is your last meeting, just to answer some nuanced questions for you, just two. In terms of the pilot program versus Delaware not having a pilot program, those were decisions made from the onset some 5 or 6 years ago. I do not have insight into why Delaware was the one jurisdiction that elected not to begin with a pilot program. But just to provide some context on how those pilot programs worked, in Maryland, early on in the pilot programs, there was a process of releasing a limited number of projects so that so that we could learn so that we could learn from that program. There's another nuance in Maryland in that our DPL jurisdiction in the state of Maryland is the infrastructure is very different than some other parts of the state of Maryland that have an impact on projects coming online as well. The third nuance is the neighboring state, New Jersey. They don't have ground mount similar to like we have in DPL Delaware. Their programs are primarily rooftop, which tends to be in a different infrastructure dynamic than Delaware. Delaware is on average from a megawatt perspective, is the largest of our jurisdictions. Projects average anywhere from 4 to 5 megawatts, and they're on the lower part of the Bay region, which infrastructurally is a little bit more challenging than some of the neighboring states. I say all of that with full confidence that from a megawatt online perspective and from a subscribed customer perspective, that Delaware will get up the curve and will get up the curve quickly. And when you have an opportunity to look back and maybe read some of the headlines, your expectations will be met.
I'm sure that's correct. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay. Next is a hearing schedule, and there's nothing on the hearing schedule, and we have director's comments, which are going to be very brief.
Appreciate that, Chairman Winslow. I would like to say a couple words on behalf of staff to both you and Commissioner Conaway. I know there are other changes implied earlier, but I won't get into those. We would like to thank you for your years of service on the commission. The decisions that you've made have positively impacted thousands and thousands of Delawareans. And as Mr. Tweedy said earlier, there's no glory in public service, but both of you are fine examples of what a public servant should be. So Commissioner Conway, if I did my math correctly, you are the second longest commissioner to serve on the commission, only outdone by Joshua Twilley. I would note that today we approved, or the commission approved, Order 11,018. No truce to the rumor that you were here for Order number 1, but you know, I know you served for many years on the NARUC Water Committee, did a lot of good work there. You're always great about remembering all of our birthdays on staff. And of course, staff really appreciated your endless stash of Twizzlers, which we rated frequently. And of course, your gracious service as Madam Acting Chair whenever Chairman Winslow was unavailable. And Chairman Winslow, I know you have over 50 years of state service, which is just incredible. Obviously, you served in leadership positions at NARUC, MACRUC, OPSI. Again, just an exemplary service. I think one of your legacies here will be your dry sense of humor and always keeping attorneys on their toes. I do have tributes for each of you from the governor, which I won't read, but he certainly sends his thanks for your service. And I'll just end with, as someone famously said, there's no money in retirement, but the hours are better. So thanks again for your service, and we wish you a long, happy, and healthy retirement.
Thank you, Matt. I appreciate that. We appreciate that very much. And I believe that's the end of our meeting. So we're adjourned. Thank you all.